Good morning, guys. It's day 19, early in the morning, 5:15 a.m. And we're gonna go ahead and we've got to go over and get our tractor from the store, and we're gonna go ahead and bring that back here to the cow farm. Then we're gonna need to check around the cow farm because I want to check and try to figure out where we're gonna be storing our bales at. We may need to bring in a construction contractor to put up a shed. I'm not sure, so we kind of need to lay that out. And then I wanted to drive on over to the sheep and the pig area and give them a good once over. Check them out. We haven't checked them out this spring, and pretty much just drive around and see what there is. We haven't had much opportunity to do that. We've been pretty busy from day one. Once we got here, doing some field work and whatnot. Glad to see that our ground temperature is coming up again. It seems to be coming up a little bit now. We're up to 45 degrees, so that's good. We still got a little bit ways to go before we are going to be able to put our corn and soybeans in the ground. But let's go ahead and get our hired helper in here on this tractor so that we can we'll take it back to the main cow barn. And depending on what we get done today, we might actually do a little work in the forest up there. We're going to have to buy or lease some equipment, and we may try to see if we can't get a load of logs sold. We got to first figure out where they go. So I'm thinking I heard that they go down to the port area, so we'll have to go check that out. Alright. Let's head on in here. Maybe next fall we'll be able to buy these fields here that are coming up as we come into our cattle area. We need to expand our operations probably next year. Alright, we'll just park our truck here. And we'll put our tractor over here by the power washer. We'll probably give it a good rinsing here in a little bit. Alright, so of course at the cow area here we've got our large meadow for our cows, our large pasture. And then inside here, hop the fence, we've got a grass feeding trough in this shed. So I'm thinking we might be able to store some bales in here. We do have some old silage bales. Not really sure how long these things have been around, but we're not really going to mess with them. We're just going to kind of leave them there. I might be able to put some silage bales in there for storage, or maybe some hay bales. No, we'll probably put silage bales in there because we don't need our cows. If we leave hay bales in there, they are going to basically eat that up, so we don't want to be doing that. Here we've got our milk station. Again, I don't think we want to be storing bales in here. We might have our cows get out. This is all one area here, enclosed. And we've got this area here. We don't want to be putting anything in here. This is where we're going to pull through to feed our cows. We got this overhanging building here. We could possibly bring some bales in. We've got these two areas here. Looks like this is where the former occupants of the farm stored their stuff, because we've got some residual hay or straw down there. So we could probably put hay in under one shed and straw under another shed. That's a possibility. And then I know we're going to use our fermentation silos here to do our silage storing. But we might wrap up some bales also. And then of course, whatever equipment that we store over here, we're going to be able to just leave in under this this building and in our machine shed here. So that should do this farm up pretty good. So I don't think we're going to need to bring anybody in. I think we'll be pretty good. I think we'll be pretty good here. All right, let's head on down to the sheep area next. See what we see. I'm just going to pull this up because there is there's another clearing off here. Looks like it's off of the same road that we used to get to our sheep area that we're going to want to check out. It might be a secondary logging area, so we just need to check that out and see what that looks like. This area of the country is very, very beautiful once the trees come out into their blossoming stage here, where they are really starting to come alive after being dormant for so long. They've been dead, basically dead appearance since the start of winter, and it's been quite a while since we've seen the green, and I'm glad to see the green now. It was getting pretty dreary, as I've said earlier on this map. So it is a bit of a drive over here to the other animal areas. We're gonna have to start thinking about what we're going to keep down here. We definitely don't need to be bringing our slow tractor down around the countryside to get to these guys pretty much on a daily or every other day basis. We'll be going over this bridge quite a lot to get to them. Let's go ahead and jump out of cab here. A nice fishing pond down here. Looking for some places to possibly cut grass for our I think these are pigs. Let's go ahead and go on in here. Looking for some grass places for dealing with our making hay for our sheep. We don't want to be transporting a whole bunch of hay around the place. Alright, so we got our pig area here. Thankfully we've got a silo, so we'll be able to store our grain and the feed that we need to give our pigs here. Won't be bringing that over from the farm. A pretty standard pig area, pig enclosure, so nothing surprising there. Looks like here we'll be able to put our straw bales. That's good. And then we've got just a little bit of vehicle storage over here. We won't need much to satisfy our pigs. Probably a small tractor and a tipper for our grain. to feed, and the tractor will probably have front loader arms for the straw, and then we'll probably maybe have a tanker for our slurry, and maybe a manure spreader over here, or maybe just maybe we'll leave the manure spreader over at the other farm. So it looks like we've got some junk that's been left around here, but thankfully it seems to be out of the way. So yeah, I think this area is pretty good. Won't need to worry about contractors or anything coming in here, needing them to put any buildings up. I think we're good to go. Guess we could put our back gate up there. Alright, let's go ahead and spin around here and see what the sheep area looks like. From what I understand, the sheep area is just down the gravel drive here. Right at the dead end. Looks like we might have been able to come through from a looks like there was a small access dirt road there. So let's go ahead and park it here and take a look up here. So we don't really have a lot going on up here at the sheep area, but do have a nice covered area here for them to eat and get their water. Fairly nice sized meadow here for them to roam around. It looks like this is where we're going to be doing our sheep shearing. It's all good. They have a very big area to roam in back here. We might think about bringing in a small mower to mow this area, to provide them some. Might be able to make some hay off of this, because this is a quite a large area for them to be roaming in. That's very nice. I think we'll definitely be able to get some grass and hay off of this for them to eat. And then there's a grass area over here we want to check out. We might need to figure out who owns this field and see if we can't buy it from them to support our sheep. But we're really not seeing anything over here for equipment storage. Now, of course, we could just use what we've got at the pig farm. That would be good. Might need to look at cleaning this up. Maybe putting a little bit of concrete down here. It looks like we've had some fuel spills. See if we can figure out how to get these doors open. There we go. So it looks like maybe we'll be able to store a tractor or two in here. Maybe a small baler we can bring in here, and maybe a windrower, just some little equipment that we could bring in here and store for our sheep. That'll work pretty good. And then we'll have the baler for our we can maybe use that to help bale up our straw for our pigs. I think we're good here too. So let's go ahead and close up these doors. Alright. Let's go over here. We've got this little dirt road that we noticed. I noticed on the way in. I want to see where that goes off to. Alright, let's see here. Where was it now? Just be right up here, maybe right on the bend. Yeah, there it is. Let's go ahead and head on in here and check this area out. Like I said, looking at the overlay map, looks like there's maybe a logging operation up here. We do have indeed some storage. Got some trees up here. And we've got a road. I wonder where this road leads off to. Let's go ahead and take a look. Like I said, we don't have anything better to do. The grass is not grown yet. Ground temp is not where we need it to be in order to put our corn or soybeans in. So we might as well kind of just explore and figure out where things go here. Heck, we might find a shortcut back to the main farm that we could take, as opposed to driving around all the county roads. You know what? I think that is. That's our farm there. We're coming up to that logging area that we talked about the other day. That's interesting. We definitely have a way back to the animals. That'll cut down a lot of our travel if for some reason we can't store all the stuff we need down there at the animal pens. We'll definitely be able to bring it over through our through the back road here. That's really good. I'm glad we went and took the time to check this out, or we would have we could have spent all year driving the long way around to get to our animals. Well, this is really good. So let's just find our way back over to the gravel road and just continue exploring. I think I saw some greenhouses when we were looking at the sheep area. We need to go down there and see what kind of stuff they'll buy, so we have a good idea of where we're going to be taking our product once we actually get into harvest. Tell you, this fishing pond looks awful attracting. We might have to come down here and do some fishing one day in the summertime once we've got all of our grass work caught up. Let's go ahead and check out our field here. Looks like this crop came up pretty darn quick. Yep, here's our canola. That'll be a nice field once it flowers up. And we've got our cornfield for our pigs right here on the bend. So we'll be putting corn into there. Churn Valley Nursery. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in here. Private property, no trespassing. I wonder, we might need to try to figure out who owns that building. It looks like that might be a good place to store some excess bales. Alright, well, let's see if we can't find somebody here to figure out what on earth these guys do. Maybe they don't take anything. Maybe they're just maybe they're a self-contained operation and they don't actually buy anything from us. See if I can't find somebody here in the office. Alright, well, they basically told me that they are pretty well set and they're fairly self-sustaining, and they already get manure from the community project. But they did say that the buildings up here at the corner of the road where we came in at, they're their buildings, and they did say that we could go ahead and use them to store anything that we needed to. So we're going to go check those out right here. I think this is the wrong, we didn't, here we go, we need to come up one more, I guess. Here we are, this will be it. Oh, wow, this will make a really nice building to store bales in. Very spacious. I don't think we're going to have to worry about where we're going to store any hay bales or silage bales or straw bales for that matter. At this point, looks like we'll be able to store any kind of bale we want down here. Looks like we've got some storage we could put in here too. Protect from the weather somewhat. So we recently signed up for some alerts, and that was an alert from the vehicle shop. Letting us know of a recent sale as far as equipment goes. So it looks like the BGA is right down here also. You could go ahead and swing on in there and get familiar with it. Maybe get a few contacts. Let's see here. It looks like we go through the ramp and then go through the bunker and exit out the back. Okay. So then we would obviously go through the bunker if we had something to dump. Looks like there's our digestate that we'll be able to pick up, and that's where they put the feed the digester. It appears here we've got the office, so we'll go ahead and go on in there and introduce ourselves. Alright, well, that was a very productive meeting, and we've been able to hash out that we can come on in here and drop anything that we want to drop in here, chaff or grass, in the bunkers there, and then we would, it's kind of a community-run thing, so if you dump in here, then you're kind of expected to feed the digester and everything. And I was taking a look at that windmill up there. That must be a great, there's like a lookout tower, that must be great to look out there in the evenings. We're going to have to maybe try that out and see what kind of view we get one day. We got, looks like we exit along the beach here. That's pretty nice. And then come along the outside. Seems like it's a pretty good setup. And there's that little shed that we looked at. Alrighty. Oh, this is the local pub. I think they yeah, it looks like they offer Looks like they buy bulk grain. Please check with the office before dumping. Alright, let's go ahead and head on in here and see maybe what they, what kind of cells they actually do. Looks like they're gonna, might as well, looks like the kitchen offers to buy her eggs. Might as well sell them some eggs there. We're gonna go ahead and walk on in there and introduce ourselves. So it turns out the brewery here takes, they buy bulk barley or sunflowers. Not really sure what they do with the sunflowers, but I can understand the barley. So that's that'll be helpful to know when it comes time to bring our barley harvest in. That we'll be able to probably get a pretty good price for it here at the brewery. Because really, we're just growing barley for the straw. That's all we're really concerned with as far as keeping our pigs. Well, I guess we need the barley grain for our feed, but you know, so we could keep the wheat and feed our pigs that way and sell the barley. It all depends on what's the best price. We went ahead and signed up for price alerting from them. So if they let us know, they'll let us know if all of a sudden there's a big demand for barley or sunflowers. Looks like we've got something on in here. Looks like we got a little bit of storage in here. Looks like we could. Not really sure why we got some seeds here, or fertilizer bags, and seed bags. Not really sure if we're supposed to be using that or what. A water tower here. Looks like we got fuel over here, but of course we don't really know who owns this stuff. So I'm a little hesitant to use any of this. Not really sure what this is. Oh, I guess that's again, I really don't know who owns any of this stuff, so you probably won't be bothered too much with this stuff here. But there's something here around the corner we might want to take a look at. Oh, this is kind of interesting. This looks like a some type of bioheating plant, maybe. Let's take a look on in here. Oh my, we don't want to jump. We don't want to fall in there. So it looks like these guys will take our wood chips, should we chip up any wood, and sell any loose straw or hay or grass that we may not need. I really don't think we're going to have much excess grass or hay or straw, but you never know, so it's good to know that it's here. Let's go ahead and back on around here. And let's go ahead and take in reference our satellite overlay so we can figure out where we are. Alright, well, I think we'll double back and head on around to what looks like the port and Highland Grains. We've already went up there to the community farm project, so we pretty good with that. Just venture on around the road here. What do we got going on here? Oh, right there. I told him I didn't have any grain already, but I guess for any other farmers that have maybe signed up for alerts, they're going to be getting those. Got the waterfront beach park here. Plenty of parking. And looks like here's the lighthouse that we've been seeing so much of in the evenings. Oh, looks like we got a ship coming into the port. I wonder if we can go up in this lighthouse. That would be pretty neat. They probably don't let just anybody come up in here because you might, I guess, turn the light off. Oh wow, we can come up here. That'll be awesome to come up here at night, maybe one day, and take a look over the port. Maybe watch some ships come in or come out, and we can look down over the beach there. That's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome view indeed. Let's go ahead and I guess climb on down and keep on finding our way. All right, let's get back on with our tour of the area, I guess, so we can better familiarize ourselves with the area, what businesses they have to offer. So we got a fair bit of grass here. Maybe we could talk the folks into letting us take care of. It's going to be a while before the grass that we put in the ground is going to come out. What do we have here? Churn Valley Grain Store. I'm thinking this is more grain storage than actual store as in purchasing, but we'll take a look. Looks like we can bring in, maybe leave some equipment in here, maybe bring some bales in there. Oh wow, this is a pretty big grain building. We could bring in here, bring our root crops in here if we need to store potatoes in here. So I wonder if this turns on the lights. Ah, yes, this turns on our lights, and we've got some fans here. I wonder if we can turn those on. All right, we can even turn on our fans once we bring crop in here. I was wondering where we would be able to store our potatoes, and it looks like we'll be able to maybe bring them over here and just put them on down in here. See what we got down here. Just take a little jog. No authorized personnel. We probably shouldn't go in that building then, or that room. What does this say here? Deep grain. Oh, this must be for grain storage. Okay. Well, I guess if we end up with more grain than our silos can hold, we could bring it down here and store it. We'll have to check with the town and see if there's a fee or anything for putting grain in there. Also need to figure out how they separate it out to keep our grain from other farmers' stuff. It might be that we have to lease the whole building. Looks like we're getting our truck kind of dirty. We might need to wash it this evening. All right, now here we're coming up to the port area. This is going to be quite the activity. Let's see here, Churn Valley Granary. Let's go ahead and stop on in here in the office and see what's up. he's got some big old bins in here. You can hear the fans running. See here, what time is it? It is oh, they're okay. They're open. Let's go on in and introduce ourselves. All right, so these guys have let me know that they basically take all of our grain. The only thing that they don't take would be potatoes and sugar beets. In fact, there's another business around the corner here that takes those. So they said that when we come in, we want to pull up and sit on the scale there and go on in the shop or in the into the office there, and then we'll proceed on through here. We'll get our way here, and then we'll proceed on over our dump here. And then we'll be able to go ahead and exit on out. Looks like, okay, looks like here we got our, now we know where we need to come for our animals. Let's go ahead and go on in there and have a chat. Alright, so these guys told me that that they definitely have a big shipment of cattle coming in here in the next couple weeks, and I've went ahead and put my name on the list for 100 head. We'll see if they have that many when the shipment comes in or not, but we definitely have our intentions down that we are looking for 100 head of cattle. Okay, here's our root crop storage or sell point. So if we want to sell any of our potatoes that we've got, looks like we know where to come. Although I'm really not sure if we're going to actually sell our potatoes because yeah, we're going to need them for our pigs. And then I see the office there, so I'd imagine we'd have to stop by the office and let them know that we were dumping. And then I think they told me about a woolery down here, a wool dealer that deals in bulk wool bales. So we'll have to come down here and check. See a sign here on the road, on the side. So let's go on in here and see if we can find somebody to talk to. Okay. Interesting little office, but let's go ahead on in. Alright, these guys told me that they are also going to be looking for wool, but we told them that we're not going to be able to make any wool for close to a year. So they let us know that they are definitely going to be interested in our wool once we're able to produce some. But it's definitely going to be a while before we're going to be getting around to that. So I was asking around, and they mentioned, the wool guys mentioned that if I was going to be doing a bunch of animals, and I was going to find myself with excess slurry, that there's some guys down here at the other end of the pier that might be interested in buying it. So I'm going to go ahead and mosey on down here and give them my card, let them know where we are, and see what their interests are as far as slurry goes. I see the signs directing me to stay here to the left. Oh, here we are. This looks like a business. A slurry business if there ever was one. Liz Gas. Do not enter authorized personnel. Well, I want to... Is there another office building around here? I need to talk to these guys. Maybe here we go. Let's go on in here. Alright, so the way these guys are talking, it looks like they're in direct competition with the biogas plant. So we put our name down to get notified of any any price changes that they may have and everything. So we're just going to have to keep them in mind. But of course, at the biogas plant, we might be able to get some advantage of selling it down there. So we'll just have to keep our eye out. Now on the way in, looks like we've got some logs here. I'm thinking this might be where we need to bring our logs here in the next couple days. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find the office. We got a port. It's very busy. Got lots of going on here. Let's see here. I see a car, so someone's definitely here, but I haven't found the office door yet. Unless this is it, but there's no office hours, so I guess we'll just mosey on in and kind of make ourselves known and see if we can get directed to the right place. Alright, well this definitely is the place to buy logs, or to sell our logs. They said we could just come on in here and drop our logs off right here. So we'll definitely do that. Apparently they pay by the meter, and they said that they prefer the longer and the straighter the logs, the better they'll pay out. So we'll just have to remember that. And we've been looking at this this Highland grain here for a while as we drive around, and might as well pull on in here and see what they've got to offer us as far as what they'll buy and what kind of prices they're willing to put out. Let them know that we've got a lot of fields with some grain in them, and we would love to do business with them if at all possible. The entrance, okay. Please check with the office before dumping. Alright, well let's go ahead and, I guess this is the office. Let's go ahead and pull off the scale here and let them know that we're interested in doing business with them. Alright, well I'm glad we stopped in here because apparently these guys only take wheat, canola, and corn. So we'll have to remember that. They're kind of a select bunch, but they did say that they pay a premium price for quality grain. So that's a good thing. Looks like we proceed around the corner. Okay. And then proceed around the corner. Okay. Alright, and here's we got our dump station. Alright. So I guess we'll go ahead and head on back to the shop and talk to the guys and see what they might have as far as forestry stuff to go. If they've got anything in stock that we might be able to take use of. Because I think looking at the forecast, let's take a look here. So tomorrow is Saturday. I don't know if we're going to get up to 50 degrees or not. We probably won't get up to 50 degrees. So we'll probably need to get into some logging to occupy ourselves for a few days. So we'll go ahead and stop in the shop and see what they have to say. They may have to order some stuff in. I'm not really sure. All right, so they told me that everything that I was looking for they do have in stock, with the exception of the log forks that we're looking to get, and they're going to have to order those in. But they said that they were going to be able to get those by tomorrow around midday. So that's pretty good. So I think what they said is that we could come by in the morning, and they would already have the stuff laid out. And actually, I think they said, let me go over and check. I think they said they were going to put it in this left building. So we could just come on by and pick it up, because I think their normal Saturday hours start at 9, but they know that we kind of start a little earlier than that. And they would like for us to, I guess we should go ahead and shut this up for them. They basically said that we could go ahead and they'd leave the stuff in there, and we could come in and pick it up tomorrow morning without having to bother them. They let us know how to get into the building. They do lock it up, but they did let us know where the key is kept, so that was helpful. So we'll see in the morning if we how things look, and we'll probably come on over here and pick up that stuff. We've got enough stuff that we can start get started with our cutting down our logs. And then we'll have the log forks around midday. If they comes in a little sooner, they'll give us a call, they said. Let's go ahead and come on in here and pick up our eggs, and I guess wash off our truck, and then we'll head on in the house for supper. Kind of turn in for this relaxing evening before we start our next journey here on Churn Farms. I guess we need to wash our tractor too, so might as well do that, and we'll put it away. So I'll leave you all here, and until next time, guys, happy farming.